Listen to Clarksville's greatest hits anytime online at WJZM1400.com. This is the Big 1400 WJZM.
WJZM Radio, 60 degrees at 7 o'clock. Good morning. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WJZM Radio, Clarksville, Tennessee.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. State officials are raising the number of deaths in Florida from Hurricane Irma to 12 from the previous number 7. That brings the total death toll in all areas affected by the storm to 55. Palm Beach County Administrator Verdania Baker says county government operations will return to normal this week.
All county offices will reopen on Thursday. All courthouses, starting with North County Courthouse, will open on Wednesday, September 13th. For the public, staff, and judges, all court operations will be in effect.
Senators are vowing to help Texas and Florida recover from the recent hurricanes, but how will they pay for it? Here's correspondent Linda Kenyon.
Disaster relief is expensive, but Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says money isn't the issue.
This is a big-hearted country, and we're going to cover these emergencies as we have in the past. Obviously, these are bigger than we are customarily dealing with, but we will take care of it.
When asked whether lawmakers will try to offset the cost of disaster relief by cutting spending from other areas,
we'll take care of it.
The issue comes to the forefront as the Senate works on the defense authorization bill and as tax reform legislation is waiting in the wings. Linda Kenyon, Capitol Hill.
Apple has released its latest version of the iPhone with a price tag starting at $999.
So now, when you want to go to the home screen, you simply swipe up from the bottom, and you go home.
That's Apple Vice President Phil Schiller, who says the new iPhone 10 eliminates the home button, part of the effort to minimize the borders of the phone. Apple is continuing to update its existing cheaper models. The new iPhone 10, pronounced like the number 10, will have a screen with higher resolution and an OLED technology. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 61 points at 22,119. This is SRN News. Israel's Supreme Court has struck down a 2015 law that granted exemptions from military service to ultra-Orthodox men.
It's a move that could reignite long-standing tensions between Israel's politically powerful ultra-Orthodox community and the secular Jewish majority. Most Jewish men are required to serve in the military when they turn 18, but the ultra-Orthodox community has won exemptions, arguing that young men studying in Jewish seminaries serve the nation through study and prayer. Secular Israelis say the system is unfair. Past attempts to force religious men to enlist have triggered violent protests by members of the ultra-Orthodox community. Patrick Foss reporting.
A Utah high school teacher has been placed on administrative leave for assigning students a questionnaire that asked about their sexual activity, whether they'd used drugs or alcohol or had abortions. The 30-question survey was given to juniors in recent weeks at Roy High School, about 30 miles north of Salt Lake City, as part of an adult roles course, one that purports to teach students about human relationships and financial literacy. This is SRN News. New legislation to protect and expand the rights of sports hunters also contains a controversial proposal to relax restrictions on buying silencers.
California's Tom McClintock says there are good reasons to do that.
Suppressors are important devices to reduce hearing damage for shooters. My father himself suffered from it.
Former ATF agent David Chipman says removing restrictions on silencers from the National Firearms Act will lead to more crime.
Individuals unable to pass a background check would be able to obtain these dangerous weapons through unregulated private sales on the internet and at gun shows.
The legislation is currently only in the talking stages. It's not even yet clear whether GOP leaders will allow it to come to the floor for a vote.
That is Capitol Hill correspondent Wally Hines reporting. Most Asian stock markets were higher today after U.S. shares rose on encouraging jobs data, and worries about North Korea and twin hurricane disasters continued to taper off. More details at srnnews.com.
The 22nd annual Cougar Golf Classic to benefit Clarksville Academy Athletics is coming up Saturday. The Clarksville Country Club will host the four-man scramble. It starts at 8 a.m. Registration cost for the event is just $75 per player, and that includes a post-round meal in addition to a couple of mulligans. Register your team online at clarksvilleacademy.com/golf and help support Clarksville Academy in their fight to become one of the top Division II athletic departments in our state.
The Big 1400 WJZM Clarksville area weather. Well, waking up this Friday to maybe some patchy fog. That should burn off by mid-morning, and we expect a high today of 85. Keep in mind the humidity's back, so it's going to be hot and muggy. Clear tonight, 64 for an overnight low, and Saturday, partly sunny, humid once again, 86 for an expected high on Saturday. Currently, we're at 60 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at Clarksville area traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. As we travel around the city and the county, 48 and 13 coming into the city from the county. Very busy in a couple of areas, especially out by Montgomery Central. 79 Woodlawn, busy in a couple of spots. 41A Fort Campbell is slow. Also 79 out in St. Bethlehem. Tylertown Road, especially out by the interstate, very busy. And Trenton Road busy as well. Looks like 41A Sango busy due to all the construction in that area. And also the MLK 76 connector is slow in a couple of spots due to all the people trying to get on the interstate and head to Nashville. Now 24 does look fairly good till you get over to Cheatham County, Davidson County. There may be some slow spots in that area, but it should be fairly well after you get through that slow spot of traffic on 24. Now let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the traffic in Nashville.
Well, good morning. Traffic's in pretty good shape for the most part out here on the major interstate routes. It's building where you pretty much would expect this time of the morning, down I-40 out of Wilson County down through Mount Juliet, OHB at North Graycroft. They're trying to get that accident out of that intersection right now there in Madison. Vietnam Vets, that's showing signs of building as well, leaving Gallatin coming through Sumner County there in Hendersonville. If you're looking for the best bargains, check out GiveMeA5.com. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
WJZM Radio, musically this hour, from Aretha Franklin, Dobie Gray, as well as Gary Wright. And don't forget Sports Now Update with Justin Swallows comes your way at 7:20.
All coming.
Yep, all coming this hour.
This hour?
This hour.
You promise,
yes,
this
promise
hour.
This hour.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get over my nervousness.
MP
Media came in this morning, and he always makes me nervous.
He's harmless.
He's harmless.
And you didn't see any
I
pink
don't know.
slips.
He keeps handing me these notes.
As long as they're not pink, then you don't have to worry about it.
He always hands me a note that says, come see our pre-planning counselor. And I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if that means I need to plan or something's going to happen or...
you plan. Be proactive.
What do you think it would be?
You need to be proactive.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Yeah. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Birthdays today. Prince Harry of Britain is 33. He's the younger guy. The better looking son of Charles and Diana. His real name is Henry William. Harry is now 6th in line for the throne. Actor Tom Hardy is 40. I love Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
And he was Mad Max, and even though he played second fiddle to Charlize Theron on Fury Road, he was also Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. You also know him from Picard's clone Shazam in Star Trek Nemesis, and the Forger Eames in Inception, and he was the pilot in Dunkirk.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet. You have.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're waiting to go see it.
Yeah.
Dan Marino's 56. And of course, he's
a quarterback.
Dolphins and isotoner gloves legend. Yeah, remember when he did the isotoner gloves? Yeah.
I was going to say most people know Dan Marino as the Weight Watcher man too.
Oliver Stone is 71. I watched Platoon last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, you dug back for an old one.
Yeah. It was on, and I've forgotten how good it was. And,
it's a good flick, that's for sure.
But Oliver Stone, of course, wrote and directed that. Tommy Lee Jones, 71. He and a very young Al Gore were roommates at Harvard.
Oh.
Well, Gaylord Perry, 79. He's baseball Hall of Famer.
Was that when Al invented the internet?
No, that was a little later.
Oh, a little later
when he invented the internet. Okay. Yep. Today is POW/MIA Recognition Day, so you see a veteran, say thank you.
Thank you. We salute.
Yeah, we salute our veterans and their sacrifices and for serving our country. Yes, we do. 46 days to Halloween, 49 days till Thor Ragnarok comes out, 63 days till Justice League, the movie comes out, and 91 days.
Until what?
Star Wars.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi.
I'll be a pirate
hits the big screen. Yeah. Oh, do you think, well, I know that sometimes at the movies they'll show the movie in 4 or 5 different screens.
They probably will. I'm sure they'll have it on multiple screens. They'll have staggered times where you can go at 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock.
We could probably get a job there during that period.
Yeah, well,
then you know what happens.
What happens then?
We get to watch the movies for free.
We do?
Yeah.
All right.
My daughter worked at the movies. She'd always talk about, working at the movies.
Yeah. I'd like to be a projectionist.
I'd like to be the man back there with the popcorn.
Oh, you want to be the popcorn man? Well, I want to be the man up above.
Yeah. The Big 1400. WJZM Radio, Stevie Wonder. 1400 WJZM Radio. Chuck and John for the Friday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Back in the day, 52 years ago in 1965, the science fiction classic Lost in Space.
Yeah.
Premiered on CBS.
Danger.
Yep.
Danger.
It was
Warning.
set, but do you remember it was set in the oh-so-distant year of 1997?
Yeah, I do remember
You
that.
know,
That was a long, I mean, when you were that age, I mean, 1997 was like 200 years away.
I know. You know, you start talking about 2000, you go, what? You know, that's really a long...
Think about Space Odyssey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
How?
39 years ago, 1978, Muhammad Ali defeated the lovely Leon Spinks in 15 rounds.
The lovely.
and didn't he have a dental problem?
Who?
Leon Spinks.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
He
slightly.
probably needs to go see Clarksville Dental.
Probably.
But anyway, he set an unprecedented fourth world heavyweight boxing title. 38 years ago, 1979, The Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels Band peaked at number 3 on the pop singles. And 35 years ago, in 1982, the first issue of USA Today was published. You know.
USA Today.
Yeah, and look, it's taken over the world.
I know.
I know.
It's
the
everywhere.
Big 1400 with the Supremes. This morning with Bob Kessling on the Big 1400. Clarksville area weather. Now, you might run into some patchy fog this morning getting started, especially in some of the low-lying areas. But after that burns off by midday, you can expect a high of around 85. 64 and for an overnight low. And Saturday, partly sunny and humid once again, 86 for an expected high. The humidity is back. Now, we're getting these nice temperatures in the mid-80s, but with that, because there's so much moisture in there, we're getting the humidity back with it. Currently 61 degrees in downtown Clarksville. Time now for a Sports Now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Culver's of Clarksville on the Big 1400.
This Sports Now update is presented by Culver's of Clarksville. Go online to culvers.com for an update on their frozen custard flavor of the day.
The NFL released its initial list of 2018 Hall of Fame nominees yesterday, and the Tennessee Titans are well represented among the yet-to-be-narrowed field of 108 modern-era contributors. The group includes former Tennessee quarterback Steve McNair, tailback Eddie George, center Kevin Mawai, defensive end Kyle Vanden Bosch, fullback Lorenzo Neal, as well as journeyman kicker turned Titan Gary Anderson. The expansive list will be cut down to 25 semifinalists in November. Then 15 finalists will be presented to the Hall of Fame committee on February 3rd, just before the Super Bowl in Minneapolis. Now to the collegiate gridiron, as tomorrow shapes up to be a potentially culture-changing day over at Austin Peay State University. The Governors will host Morehead State tomorrow night with kickoff set for 6 p.m. inside Forterra Stadium. Despite falling short in their first two contests, the Austin Peay defense has proven to be one of the best thus far in FCS football, giving up an OVC least 270 average yards per game. The Govs will look to break the nation's longest active losing streak, which now stands at 29 total games. And we'll head to the links to send a well-deserved congratulations to Clarksville native Hunter Richardson. The UT Martin senior golf star has been honored by the Ohio Valley Conference as their male golfer of the week. It's a familiar award for Richardson, who's now garnered the league's best of the week distinction 10 total times. This time, the honor comes on the heels of his 9th career medalist performance, a 4-shot victory last weekend at the Murray State Invitational. Lastly, don't forget, we'll have high school football tonight here on the Big 1400. Clarksville Academy celebrates homecoming against region foe Fayette Academy, and we'll have the call beginning with pregame coverage at 6:45. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Family outings should be special. They should be memorable. They should be fun. And you'll find all of that and more with a short trip to Culver's of Clarksville. With a focus on customer service and quality farm-fresh ingredients, Culver's is serving food and fun at a whole new level. Go by today for one of their made-to-order butter burgers or a waffle cone stuffed with fresh frozen custard. They're at 140 Southampton Place, just off Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. Culver's of Clarksville. Welcome to delicious.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio Sports Now update comes your way next hour at 8:20 on the Big 1400, brought to you by Mr. Appliance. Olive Garden's never-ending pasta passes went on sale yesterday, and once again, all 22,000 of them sold out in under a second. How do you sell out in under a second? The Big 1400 with Tears for Fears. WJZM Radio, 62 degrees. Looking at the movies, well, they're expecting it to take in another $50 million. That'll push its total up to almost $175 million. And it only took $35 million to make. So it's well on its way to being one of the most profitable horror movies of all time.
And can you spell sequel?
Yeah. It too.
It too.
It too, Brute.
It volume 2.
Yeah, it too, Brute. It too, Pennywise. Other movies opening this weekend: American Assassin with Dylan O'Brien from The Maze Runner and Michael Keaton. I think I want to see that.
Yeah, that might be
it's
good.
an action flick where
I like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, he's training this guy to work for the CIA. And Mother, which has gotten mixed reviews. I like Javier Bardem. As an actor.
Yeah.
And he plays a famous poet living in seclusion, and Jennifer Lawrence is his wife. And then the next thing you know, all these people start coming over. Ed Harris, Michelle Pfeiffer are the first uninvited guests, and it's not long before Jennifer's confusion turns to horrified reactions as dozens of people invade and desecrate the paradise of her home. So that's
sounds kind of like a remake of what was that movie? Madhouse. Do you remember that one? Had Kirstie Alley, John Larroquette.
No,
they got married and all their in-laws and outlaws started moving in with them.
Oh,
and they tore up the house and yeah.
But this is a horror flick.
Oh.
So it's got something ominously evil about it. I don't know.
There was something evil about it.
But anyway, hey, if you want to go and, you and your significant other and dump $50, at the movies,
let's do it.
That's what's playing. That's right. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. WJZM Radio, where we've got the high school football game of the week. Clarksville Academy versus Fayette Academy. It is homecoming. So the Cougars will be riled up and they'll be ready to go. All the pomp and pageantry of homecoming, all the beautiful ladies in their gowns and dresses. You know, I always liked homecoming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Academy's having homecoming tonight. Airtime 6:45. Kickoff 7 o'clock right here on the big 1400. So we're talking about movies earlier, and we're talking about the movies that are coming out. I found a list of some of the best movie props of all times.
Oh.
Some of the best movie props. And a lot of them you'll recognize because you're a movie geek. You've got all these DVDs. Yeah, you got all these.
Quite a few.
Yeah, you've seen, now, some of them are these, what do you call, artsy.
Yeah.
And they're from movies that you never heard of. Like there's this one, Kikichuo's sword from Seven Samurai. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember the movie.
Seven Samurai? See, I never saw Seven Samurai. I saw the American version.
Yeah, I've seen the original.
Well, anyway.
You know, if you don't mind reading all the subtitles. So.
Yeah. So, anyway, we're going to talk about the best movie props of all time. Wilson.
Oh,
Castaway.
Yeah, the soccer ball.
Yeah,
Isn't that what it was?
The plastic bag in American Beauty. Remember that? Did you see American Beauty?
Yeah, I did see that one.
The origami unicorn from Blade Runner. You remember that? That unicorn?
Yeah.
The briefcase in Pulp Fiction. Now, I wonder, I mean, that briefcase was carried around throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And it did, but I would never have thought of that. Of course, the lightsabers from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's got to be, everybody wants, can I get one of those? Where can I get one of those? Yeah. Can I get one? And it was right around Christmas. So guess what? Everybody wanted lightsabers. And the whip from Indiana Jones.
Oh.
Yeah.
You say they're going to make another one?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a sequel coming
out. And they're doing a Blade Runner sequel as well.
Yes, they are.
80-year-old Harrison Ford.
Them reboots, they just keep bringing them back.
What is he going to be like in a walker?
Probably not. He'll be okay.
You think he'll be okay?
Yeah.
If he doesn't have another plane crash before they get done?
Yeah, but he's going to continue flying, he says. Anyway, Bob Kessling's Ball Network Notebook comes your way at 7:50 this morning. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Do you have a need for a new logo design? See Copies in a Flash. Their expert team can assist you from start to completion of your logo design. Maybe it's flyers you need. They do that too. Copies in a Flash, 1841 Business Park Drive in Clarksville. Call 931-551-3219. Free delivery as well.
Moore's Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Moore's Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Moore's has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville-Fort Campbell area for years. Call Moore's at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Moore's Office Supplies, Clarksville's office supply headquarters.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
How did you sleep last night? Did you wake up sore or worse yet, still feeling tired? Say goodbye to that constant state of drowsiness with one quick trip to Beds Express. They're fighting sleepless nights one bed at a time, and they're doing so with a trusted staff of comfort experts trained to get you a good night's rest at an affordable price. Go see them at 1767 Wilma Rudolph Boulevard in Clarksville, 7643 Highway 70 South in Bellevue, or at 2222 Medical Center Parkway in Murfreesboro. Visit Beds Express today and sleep well tonight.
Was your New Year's resolution to lose weight, but you haven't been able to accomplish this? Then come to the Doctor's Diet Program at 231 Dover Road. They're open Tuesdays and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Doctor's supervised weight loss can be achieved by following the simple diet plan. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100 pounds, the Doctor's Diet Program can help. Call them today at 931-906-5555. That's 931-906-5555.
In your time of loss, you need to know someone cares. Since 1916, Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home has been serving the Clarksville area with the kindness and respect you deserve. It's their goal to provide quality, compassionate services to you and your family during this very difficult time. Mike Parchman and his staff genuinely care and provide prearranged plans that accept insurance to help ease your pain in your time of grief. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. People who care. A name you can trust. Neil Tarpley Parchman Funeral Home. Madison Street in Clarksville. For real estate services, Byers & Harvey can do it all. Real estate sales, rentals, property management, commercial and residential development. Byers & Harvey is Clarksville's oldest independent real estate company and has given continuous service since 1878. Byers & Harvey have 3 locations to serve you: in North Clarksville, in the heart of downtown, and at Sango. For more information and listings, visit them online at byersandharvey.com. byersandharvey.com. Byers & Harvey, Clarksville's real estate company.
The Big 1400, WJZM radio, 62 degrees, 85 for a high today. It's going to be humid, but enjoy the weather as the sun finally comes out for an extended length of time. This weekend ought to be nice. You know, we were talking earlier this week about Apple unveiling their new iPhone 10, and it didn't respond. The Face ID security feature failed at the unveiling. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
Well, now they're turning out, and they were explaining why. They say that several people were handling the phone backstage. So it tried to scan their faces. And if the Face ID feature fails too many times, you have to punch in your code to get in. So that's why it failed at the unveiling. But can you imagine? I mean, what a time to fail. Here you are unveiling this $1,000 phone.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's only $999.
Oh, it's only $999?
That's right. That's all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's not $1,000.
Well, give me 2.
Okay.
Give me 2. You know, you just call them up.
2.
Hell, AT&T? Yeah, just give me 2.
They said they would.
But you would think that they would have taken some precautions so that everything would go as planned. And stop letting, let me see. You know, and they're backstage.
Let's look at it.
And
it recognizes me.
And because it has that new feature, of course, you know, then it's trying to, it gets all discombobulated and it gets confused. You can confuse a computer.
You know, that just sounds like they're adding too much. Too much.
Oh, just more toys for the boys and girls. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Chuck and John. big 1400 WJZM radio, where we've got high school football, Clarksville High School football. The Wildcats take on Henry County this Friday. This evening, airtime 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock on 105.1 The Wolf, our sister station. Join Taylor Stokes and Howard Spurgeon for all the play-by-play and commentary as the Wildcats will entertain Henry County on 105.1 The Wolf,
That's
Tennessee's
a pro team,
country
aren't they?
legends. Hold it.
Aren't they a pro team?
Yeah. John.
What? Am I doing it again?
No,
I
yes,
think
you
they're
are.
a pro team.
No, they're not.
They're college.
No, they're not.
They're not?
You know, they're just...
Well, last time I went, they looked like they were about 25. They had mustaches and beards and...
Whiskers.
Whiskers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're
And
not.
I said, hey, how you doing? He go, hello, how you doing there, boy?
They're not a pro team, okay?
Oh,
and
they're not?
You know, and Clarksville High is up for the challenge.
They are.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Here, excuse me.
Go, Cats.
Let me do something a minute. I'm trying to find something to slit my wrist.
Here, I got my pocket knife.
Yeah, let me see
Would you
that.
like it?
Yeah. It's not enough for you to eat and drink pumpkin spice everything anymore.
Now you're doing it. Now I need the knife.
It's not enough. Now companies are even going for your pets. The company that makes the Greenies dog treats has just released, yep, you guessed it, pumpkin spice flavored dog treats. Pumpkin spice and flavored dog treats.
Here's Wembley with one. That's Wembley.
Can I have another?
No, he'll be going.
The company that makes them has them at PetSmart, or you can do like John and I do. We have pets, but we're not going to give our pets pumpkin spice flavored treats.
Just say no, America. Just say no.
Avoid them.
Pumpkin spice.
Avoid them and stop all the madness.
Please.
Pumpkin spice latte. Enough already.
Yes.
Enough already.
No.
You know, now you want to invade the kingdom with my dog and my ferret.
No.
Avoid the madness, my friends.
Stay away.
Boycott pumpkin spice flavored dog treats. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Chuck Edwards, John Michaels, and Gary Wright. He is the Dreamweaver. 1400 WJZM Radio, where we're just ahead of Bob Kessling with the Vol Network Notebook. A little later on this morning, we'll be telling you about Crayola Crayons has finally given a name to their new color. Remember back in, what was it, March or April or something, they canceled out one of their colors?
That's right.
Which Dandelion. They canceled out Dandelion, and they came up. But anyway, we'll do that. I will tell you who they were. And Cleveland Indians won their 22nd straight game, which is the longest streak in 137 years of baseball history. I mean, that's if you don't include ties. But it wasn't easy. Believe it or not, the drama was all over as they were down to their last strike against the Kansas City Royals before tying the game and winning it in the 10th inning. Talk about drama. You're talking about drama.
That was one where you went, whew. That's a close one.
But, you know, like we said yesterday, the streak is only, the more they go, the more they win. That streak, the pressure and the spotlight is just going to put it on them. And anyways, good luck to the Cleveland Indians. Yep. The Braves won't be on tonight because we've got high school football, so tune in for high school football on the Big 1400. Time now for the Vol Network Notebook with Bob Kessling on the Big 1400.
Tennessee looking to add the run threat from the quarterback to the offense this week against Florida. This is the Vol Network Notebook, brought to you by your local Farmers Co-op. Co-op, farming Big Orange Country. Quentin Dormady will make his third career start Saturday when Tennessee travels to Florida. Dormady's made progress throwing the football, but Coach Butch Jones said adding the running threat from the quarterback is the next big step.
In order to be successful, you have to be able to run the quarterback a little bit, and he has to be able to make plays with his legs, and particularly in this game as well because of their speed defensively.
So far, Dormady and Jared Garantano have combined to run the ball just 6 times for 7 yards through the first 2 games.
You know, all we want our quarterback to do is when we involve him in the run game is be efficient. Our definition of efficiency is a 4-yard run. So if Quentin can get us or Jarrett can get us 6-8 yards, you saw one time where Jarrett, the play broke down. It was the 3rd down, and he was able to scramble and get the 1st down for us. And that's going to be imperative no matter who our quarterback is.
So far through the year, Dormady has been very efficient, completing 60% of his throws, 4 touchdowns, and just 1 interception. On football Saturdays at Neyland Stadium, it takes a team effort for the balls to drive down the field and into the checkerboard end zone for a touchdown. It also takes countless hours of practice beforehand to familiarize each player with his assignment. Your locally owned co-op is a trusted teammate to farmers from Union City to Mountain City. The roster made up of men and women providing unmatched service and expertise to help folks score a victory with their crops, livestock, garden, and much more. Co-op, proudly farming Big Orange Country. You shouldn't expect a shutout on either side coming into the game. Tennessee has scored in 287 consecutive games, the 4th longest streak in the nation. Florida has the longest active streak, 362 consecutive games. Reporting for the Vol Network, I'm Bob Kessler.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we've got Vol football on the radio tomorrow as they take on Florida. They travel to Gainesville to take on Florida. Airtime at 1 o'clock. Kickoff around 2:30 here on the Big 1400. That'll be a nice day.
It should. It's going to be a great weekend.
Yes, sir. Let's go Vols. Let's go Vols as they take on the Florida Gators here on the Big 1400. Thank you for listening. 64 degrees right now. Expect a high of around 85, 64 tonight, and 86 on Saturday. Currently, we're at 64 degrees in downtown Clarksville. big 1400 WJZM radio. 8 o'clock, 64 degrees. We'll take an extended look at our weather forecast after this update in national news.
WJZM Radio, Clarksville, Tennessee.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Health officials say the number of people injured in the London subway bombing has now risen to 22. Deputy Constable Adrian Handstock says the fire there and the explosion that caused it are being pursued as a terrorist attack.
The Metropolitan Police Counter-Terrorism Command will take responsibility for that investigation. This stage is a little early to draw any full conclusions as to what the circumstances and cause of that explosion are, and we are investigating and exploring that.
Meanwhile, this man says that a woman on the platform of the station said she saw what appeared to be an explosion.
Everybody on the tube just ran in mass stampede, panic down to the far end, the sort of north end of Parsons Green.
Meanwhile, some 18 people were hospitalized immediately after, many of them thought to have burn injuries. Australia's Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull says a military response to North Korea's ongoing aggression is certain if American interests are to be attacked. Less so, though, in some other circumstances.
We don't have a formal alliance with Japan in the way we do with the United States. If the United States were attacked, we would come to America's aid. If Australia was attacked, America would come to our aid. I'm not going to speculate about any other scenarios.
And Turnbull's comments airing on the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. He called for greater global action to deter North Korea from escalating hostilities, noting that China has the greatest economic leverage over Pyongyang and should be willing to use it if that's what it takes to ease tensions. On Wall Street, the Dow Jones Industrial Average yesterday enjoyed a 45-point gain. It opens this last trading day of the week at 22,203. The NASDAQ struggled off by 31 points. We'll see what happens at the opening bell. On Wall Street, the oil prices, I should say, are 59 pennies a barrel in international trading. This is SRN News.
Loans. Heritage Bank. Those are the only 3 words you need to know if you need a car or boat or RV or storage building or pool or new garage or lawnmower or 4-wheeler or vacation. Or, well, you get the picture, right? Picture yourself with a loan from Heritage Bank and that special something that you've been wanting. Call or stop by your local Heritage Bank office today. Loans from Heritage Bank.
NMLS number 431499. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Bankwithheritage.com.
The big 1400 WJZM radio. Clarksville area weather. Partly sunny and humid today. A high of 85. No mention of any rain. Clear and humid tonight. 64 for an overnight low. And Saturday, partly sunny once again. The humidity still with us as we'll be up into the mid-80s or so for an expected high. Tomorrow night, 65, 87 on Sunday, and 86 on Monday. So the next 5 or 6 days, we're going to be in the mid-80s. We have that summer-like weather. With it comes the humidity. Currently, we're at 64 degrees in downtown Clarksville. With a look at Clarksville area traffic, here's John Michaels.
Good morning. Traffic around the Clarksville area is looking fairly good this Friday morning. Everything moving along here in the Clarksville, Montgomery County area. Does look slow in a couple of spots, 48 and 13 coming into the city from the county. Very slow in a couple of spots. Also, 41A out in Sango is very slow. Looks like Riverside Drive may be a little slow this morning at the moment. Other than that, everything looks pretty good for a Friday. If you're headed to Nashville this morning, taking a look at 24, it looks good all the way into Davidson County. Let's check in with Commander Chuck and see what's going on with the traffic in Nashville.
Well, good morning. You're going to find traffic very heavy out here in certain parts of town, like I-40 westbound, trying to get from the airport headed towards downtown. Trying to improve a bit from the earlier wreck over in Mount Juliet on Lebanon Road. 24 westbound here at 440. This wreck has really slowed down traffic in both directions. OHB at Burkett Road that's south of Nashville. There's a crash there involving injuries. Got it backed up. Earn your massage diploma in 6 months. Call the Nashville School of Massage Therapy, 905-4141. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
And that's been a look at your traffic and weather together and the latest national news, all brought to you by Heritage Bank this morning on the Big 1400. And now it is Friday, and let's start hour number 2 of Good Morning Clarksville. Good morning, Chuck Edwards.
Good morning, John Michaels. I still want that address to get that massage therapy degree.
Yeah.
I want to have a backup. I want to have a backup, because that's something about... radio, I don't know. You get the pink slip and you're out of here.
I got caught
the big
again.
1400 WJZM Radio with Chuck and John. Coming up later, 8:20 to be exact. Sports Now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Mr. Appliance on the big 1400. We're talking about food, and we're talking about the pumpkin spice latte and the pumpkin spice dog treats.
Can you just not leave it alone?
No. Listen to this.
As long as you keep putting it out there, people are going to go, oh, that sounds so good. Let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's give some to Fido.
But I mean, it's spread so much. I mean, it's pumpkin spice, everything.
My shampoo was even pumpkin spice.
And, they got
threw it
pumpkin
away.
spice cologne.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
If you were an 80s kid, you remember back in the 80s? I know it was a haze. I know it was a haze for us.
I can remember it better than the 70s.
Yeah.
The 60s are really a blur.
Yeah, we lost 20 years between the 60s and 80s. Yeah,
but the 80s
and 70s we lost.
Kind of foggy.
Yeah, but anyway, do you remember Jolt Cola?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
caffeine.
It was the soda with so much caffeine that there was always somebody telling you, "Hey, I heard about kids." In this town over there, who died from drinking it, because it had so much caffeine in it. Well, in those hardcore nostalgic times, Jolt thinks it can claim a spot in the market again. So,
oh no, it's coming.
What does that mean? That means that the triumphant return next Thursday of Jolt Cola. Now, it's going to be exclusively at Dollar General stores. A 16-ounce can will cost you
$1.
$1.
$1.
$1.
Boy, you used to mix that with a little Jack Daniels. Woo, Lordy. You talking about...
John's talking whiskey.
Yeah. Mix that Jolt with a little Jack Daniels.
See, well, I guess so. I guess so. They really want to go. There were probably a few kids everywhere that were overdosing on it. If they keep the same caffeine content, listen to this.
Yes.
Each 16-ounce can will have 191 milligrams of caffeine, which is roughly the same as the major energy drinks, and way more than soda, but less than coffee. So it's not really.
No, it's not real bad for you.
I think they hype it.
They did. They did hype it back in the day, but we still mixed it.
Yeah, but when you put Jack Daniels with it, it does have a jolt. It does give you a jolt. You know, so anyway, you got till next Thursday to get ready for the return of Jolt Cola.
I might have to try one.
You gonna leave it straight though this time, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of learned your lesson.
I did.
You learned your lesson.
No more.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, Chuck and John on this Friday. Hope your day is going well. Good morning, Clarksville. This is Johnny Hates Jazz. Big 1400, WJZM Radio, 64 degrees. We expect a high today of around 85. But keep in mind the humidity is going to be back today and tonight and tomorrow as temperatures will resonate in the mid-80s through...
Oh, I'm sorry. It came on again.
The fog has burnt off, John.
Oh, it has?
We don't need the foghorn sound effects.
Okay.
You know.
Gosh, you're a party pooper.
So, this is without question
Party pooper.
the most height that any crayon has ever got. I keep going through and I'm scratching my brain. I'm thinking anticlimactic over and over and over. Remember back in March, John, Crayola announced that they were getting rid of one of their 24 core crayons. Yeah. A few days later, they revealed it was dandelion. Oh, it was dandelion.
She's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Dandelion's gone.
In May, they said they'd be replacing dandelion with a blue crayon. Then in early July, they announced voting on 5 possible names for this new blue crayon that replaced dandelion.
Yes.
And finally, yesterday, they hosted a live stream on Facebook where they announced the name.
What is it?
Bluetiful.
Bluetiful. It's so blue.
Bluetiful.
It makes me feel good.
Our name, the one ours didn't get it because we were saying, cobalt or some other blue. I can't
Yeah,
remember, but
and they took Bluetiful.
But Bluetiful.
That's kind of simple.
Well,
but nice.
I mean, it's nice, and I'm going to miss Dandelion, but
Can we still buy Dandelion? Can we still go out and get
I don't know if Dandelion is still available, but you just get a little yellow and put a little orange in it, and a little brown, and you can get different shades of Dandelion. Yeah.
Well, I don't feel so bad.
So you don't have to feel so bad about losing Dandelion.
Good.
Welcome, Bluetiful.
It's a Bluetiful.
So now I'm going to have to go out and get me another box of crayons. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's all drift away.
Yeah, no, we're not going to drift away. At least, just not yet.
Day after day, I'm more confused.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, where we're just ahead of a sports now update with Justin Swallows, brought to you by Mr. Appliance. Musically this hour, will some Picket on the way, some Castaways, as well as Three Dog Night. So, Dr. Chuck would like to talk to you about your relationships.
Oh, I probably need to take notes here.
And I want to tell you that in all my learning about relationships, I know that
you are the Dr. Love.
Yeah, I am.
Dr. Love.
I need for you to get your paper and pen together.
Wait a
because the love doctor is about to speak. Now, the top 4 secret reasons that we break up with someone. Have you ever, you know, when you break up with someone or when you dump someone, as somebody crudely says, I mean, you're probably not going to tell them the real reason. We make up excuses like, hey, well, you know, right now I don't think we're connecting anymore, or, well, we're going in different directions, you know. But a new survey asked people for the real secret reasons that they broke up with someone. And here are the top. Sing it, Barry.
It's just your
The love doctor speaking.
That's right.
Top 4 reasons that you break up with someone. Number 1, they weren't smart enough. 32% of the people said they weren't smart enough. Number 2, you were too good for them. 19% said that. 18% said you were much better looking than them.
Oh, that usually happens to me.
And 16% said they weren't funny enough.
Oh.
Yeah. So that makes sense.
That does.
That makes sense. Some just a few reasons why people break up. So you can, the next time somebody dumps you, you can go, what did I do wrong? You know, and you can
always think it's me. It's me.
It is me. That's right. You can look at, I wasn't smart enough. You know, I wasn't bright. I know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer at times. You were too good for them. You were much better looking. I get that a lot.
What?
They were better looking than me.
Oh, well, so do I. I
get that a lot.
That's why I'm off camera.
Now, they weren't funny enough. You know, I have a reasonable modicum of humor in my life. Just a little bit. I have a little bit of humor.
You do. You do.
But yeah, them looking better than me and them being too good for me, because I do have a history.
Of what?
I do have a history.
Do you want to go into it?
No.
I could be your psychologist.
No, I don't.
Come on, lay it out.
But I do have a history.
Tell us. You don't want to tell you.
But they weren't smart enough. Yeah, I can see that. But anyway.
I can see it now.
Just a few ideas. A little later on this hour, since we're in this relationship thing.
All right.
The love doctor is going to tell you about why the happiest relationships are attractive women with less attractive guys. We can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they seem to last longer.
They really?
Yeah, they do.
Attractive women with unattractive guys.
Yeah, haven't you ever been in the mall and you said, man, what is she doing with him?
What is she seeing him?
Yeah. And they've been together 50 years. Or maybe 20.
Well, yeah, let's not go that long.
Yeah, anyway. The Big 1400. Time now for a Sports Now update. Justin Swallows, brought to you by Mr. Appliance.
This Sports Now update is presented by Mr. Appliance. Get it fixed fast with a quick call to Mr. Appliance at 931-503-7070.
The NFL released its initial list of 2018 Hall of Fame nominees yesterday, and the Tennessee Titans are well represented among the yet-to-be-narrowed field of 108 modern-era contributors. The group includes former Tennessee quarterback Steve McNair, tailback Eddie George, center Kevin Mawai, defensive end Kyle Vanden Bosch, fullback Lorenzo Neal, as well as journeyman kicker turn Titan Gary Anderson. The expansive list will be cut down to 25 semifinalists in November. Then 15 finalists will be presented to the Hall of Fame committee on February 3rd, just before the Super Bowl in Minneapolis. Now to the collegiate gridiron, as tomorrow shapes up to be a potentially culture-changing day over at Austin Peay State University. The Governors will host Morehead State tomorrow night with kickoff set for 6 p.m. inside Forterra Stadium. Despite falling short in their first 2 contests, the Austin Peay defense has proven to be one of the best thus far in FCS football, giving up an OVC least 270 average yards per game. The Govs will look to break the nation's longest active losing streak, which now stands at 29 total games. And we'll head to the links to send a well-deserved congratulations to Clarksville native Hunter Richardson. The UT Martin senior golf star has been honored by the Ohio Valley Conference as their male golfer of the week. It's a familiar award for Richardson, who's now garnered the league's best of the week distinction 10 total times. This time, the honor comes on the heels of his 9th career medalist performance, a 4-shot victory last weekend at the Murray State Invitational. Lastly, don't forget, we'll have high school football tonight here on the Big 1400. Clarksville Academy celebrates homecoming against region foe Fayette Academy, and we'll have the call beginning with pregame coverage at 6:45. From the WJZM Sports Desk, this is Sports Now, and I'm Justin Swallows.
Don't despair over that busted stove, broken dishwasher, or out-of-order dryer. Just pick up the phone and call Mr. Appliance. He offers flat-rate pricing, meaning there aren't any hidden fees, and he promises an always quick response with same or next-day appointments. Mr. Appliance also gives you a complimentary 1-year parts and labor warranty on every household repair. You can book an appointment anytime by calling 931-503-7070 or by going online to MrAppliance.com/Clarksville.
The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, where we have an afternoon dose of Sports Now update with Justin Swallows. You can join Justin at 3:20 and 6:20 on the Big 1400 for Sports Now update, brought to you by Power and Grace Preparatory Academy and Coffee Break and Cheesecake.
Yummy.
Here this afternoon, 3:20 and 6:20 on the Big 1400. Okay, here's a sports-related story that I just have to tell you. You know, OJ is going to be released from prison next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's breaking out.
About a month, and you know, you'd think that he'd be ecstatic about that, but his lawyer says it's, quote, bittersweet.
No.
Because OJ, the Juice, has actually adjusted to life in the clink.
Oh.
Of course, OJ was moved to an isolated cell for his own safety after he was granted parole earlier this summer. And he's totally missing his homies. In fact, the lawyer says OJ loved being in general population, and he even misses his prison jobs, like being commissioner of the softball league. He was commissioner of the softball league in prison.
Do you think he'll stay out long?
Yeah.
You don't think he'll be going back soon?
No.
You don't think he'll
no
mess up and do something to break his parole?
No. I don't
you
care
think
how
he's going to walk the straight and narrow line?
Well, I don't care how much he misses his homies in prison. I don't think he wants to go back. I don't think he will. No. He says that he does want his freedom back, but it'll be an adjustment for him because he's developed some close relationships during his 9 years in the clink. I don't know that. But I'm just.
I'm not saying.
I don't know. I mean, I understand after 9 years.
How close?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how close.
How close are the relationships?
I don't know if I don't know if Juice changed his name to Chiquita. I don't know. You never know. But his lawyer says he's going to miss all of them. He's going to miss his friends and the close relationships that he's developed in prison.
I'll be your huggy bear. That's what he's always. I'll be your huggy bear.
You think so?
Yeah, that's what OJ says.
I don't know.
Tagline. I'll be your huggy bear.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. OJ Simpson getting out of jail. Congratulations, Juice. Welcome back to freedom. This is LTD on the Big 1400. 1400 WJZM radio checking, John. 65 degrees right now. We expect a high of 85, 64 for an overnight low, 86 on Saturday. Sunday, 87. Monday, 86. No mention of any rain. But the humidity's back. You'll notice that later on today and tomorrow as temperatures will be in the mid-80s. I was looking at a long-range forecast, and we're going to be in the mid-80s, between 87 and 90 for the next, 6 days.
Oh, but isn't this the last weekend of summer?
It is. I think it starts next Thursday.
Oh, okay. So we're going to be summer-like all the way through that.
Yes, we are.
We're right on track then.
Okay, boys and girls.
All right. Yes.
Now, let me preface this by saying I'm going to tell you about a study that finds the happiest relationships are attractive women with less attractive guys. Okay?
Okay.
And me being the love doctor, I think this survey tells me that the scientists behind this study were super ugly guys who had pocket protectors in their shirts. Okay?
Wait a minute. Watch out now.
These scientists were super ugly guys who had pocket protectors. Come on, let's do something good for ourselves. And that's not necessarily stereotyping scientists, but it's me stereotyping the ones who would work to draw the conclusions.
Okay.
This new study out by Southern Methodist University and in Texas and Florida State University found that relationships are more successful if an attractive woman is paired up with a less attractive guy. Now, we're talking about man-woman. I don't know anything about, man or woman relationship.
This is
this is
hetero.
Yeah, this is hetero.
Not metro.
Is that metro? I don't know.
There's a metro section.
Oh, okay. This is man-woman, okay? The researchers found both people are happier that way when the man is uglier than the woman. I mean, the women are happier because the uglier guys are more likely than the good-looking guys to give gifts. They do extra housework, and they really give their full effort behind closed doors in the bedroom. And the men are happier because, hey, they got a hot wife. And every time they go to the mall with her, they look at these other people going, what is she doing with him? And he knows she's hot.
Yeah.
And they found the other way around that when things were the other way around, there was a husband who was more attractive than his wife. It led to big problems, especially for women.
There is hope.
Yep. Those guys were less likely to do them favors or give them gifts and make them insecure to a point where they were more likely to obsess over things like exercising and dieting. So
there is hope for me yet.
Well, that's why in my relationship, I have a beautiful wife.
Yeah, yes, you do.
And
would it be too much to ask?
And I looked out, I was put with the stick.
Can I just get one hot and rich?
Yeah.
Is that asking too much?
John, I really think you can get one hot and rich.
Hot and rich.
Yeah, there are plenty of guys out there who are hot and rich.
Huh? What?
I said there are plenty of guys out there who are hot and rich.
No.
And there's one for you. There's one for you. Oh, a girl.
A girl. A woman.
A girl.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm getting called to the carpet already.
You're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Let me see. Go ahead and talk for a second.
Yeah, but anyway, this relationship, it just really is interesting. And you find out that the ugly guys and good-looking women make the best couples. And John and I'm living proof. John is working
hot
on
girlfriends.
Yeah. Oh, what'd she tell you? She's dumping you?
Yeah.
Why?
Leave me alone!
She's dumping you?
Yeah, she's calling me back. She's a little bit stalking.
Oh, she is?
Stalker.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The Big 1400. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
There's finally a stress-free, no-risk way to buy a new mattress thanks to Beds Express. With their Triple Z guarantee, there's literally no way you can go wrong. Don't waste another night tossing and turning on your old, worn-out bed. Dive into affordable comfort at Beds Express in Clarksville at 1767 Wilma Rudolph Boulevard, Bellevue at 7643 Highway 70 South, and in Murfreesboro at 2222 Medical Center Parkway. Beds Express, Middle Tennessee's better sleep solution.
Wedding invitations, anniversaries, any kind of announcement you need, Copies in a Flash can provide all of this and more. Business cards are their specialty. Copies in a Flash are huge Big Orange fans. That's Copies in a Flash, 1841 Business Park Drive, or call 931-551-3219. Your local Copies in a Flash can handle it all. In a Flash, the home of free delivery.
Moore's Office Supply is Clarksville's office supply and furniture experts. For office equipment, desks, chairs, and more, depend on Moore's Office Supply. Located on Franklin Street across from the Catholic Church, Moore's has been your business partner for office supplies in the Clarksville-Fort Campbell area for years. Call Moore's at 645-7200. That's 645-7200. And we'll deliver it for free. Moore's Office Supplies, Clarksville's office supply headquarters.
We've got you covered every step of the way. That's what they do at Clarksville Floor Covering. Carpet, hardwood, tile, laminate, vinyl, and area rugs are what they specialize in. Visit Clarksville Floor Covering and let their on-staff interior designer put it all together to give you the look you want. Locally owned and operated since 1961, Clarksville Floor Covering is conveniently located at 606 North Spring Street, behind Sonic off Riverside Drive. Visit their website at clarksvillefloor-covering.com and be sure to check them out on Facebook.
The Big 1400 is WJZM, Clarksville, Fort Campbell, Hopkinsville.
Why settle for less when you can get more at Wyatt Johnson in Clarksville, your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. Score and win with Wyatt Johnson GMC Buick, Toyota, Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru, as well as 3 pre-owned superstores for more selection in minutes versus days, shopping place to place. We are the region's largest GMC Buick dealer, the area's newest Toyota dealer, and home of the Hyundai, Mazda, and Subaru giant. You always get more at your winning team in Kentucky and Tennessee. The Wyatt Johnson Automotive Family in Clarksville.
Family outings should be special. They should be memorable. They should be fun. And you'll find all of that and more with a short trip to Culver's of Clarksville. With a focus on customer service and quality farm-fresh ingredients, Culver's is serving food and fun at a whole new level. Go by today for one of their made-to-order butter burgers or a waffle cone stuffed with fresh frozen custard. They're at 140 Southampton Place, just off Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. Culver's of Clarksville. Welcome to delicious.
The Big 1400, where we've got high school football this afternoon. Clarksville Academy is celebrating homecoming, so they will be welcoming Fayette Academy to the compounds, and they will start at 6:45.
Yeah,
kick off at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Ought to be a good game for the Clarksville Academy Cougars. Justin Swallows will be on the call.
That's correct.
And Ted Denny will be in the background.
That's right.
Hold everything! There's a flag on the play!
Oh, you can tell I've heard him.
Oh, he's an excitable type guy. Yes, he is. He is an excitable type guy. But, we got baseball. Get it
we
right,
have baseball,
Chuck.
basketball, and football all tonight.
Well, I was reading this article. It was talking about when you become a parent, you're basically signing yourself up for an entire lifetime of worrying and guilt. You know,
it's
kids,
true, yeah.
You know, I mean, your kids, they talk about, well, they're grown when they're 18, but you still worry about them when they're 30.
I'm still gonna sue the doctor that delivered mine.
No, you're not.
I am. He forgot to cut the umbilical cord.
No, you're not. No, you're not. And also, love and an indescribable bond and deep emotional commitment are part of being a parent. But then, let's get back to that torturous worrying and guilt part. Okay. According to this new survey, the average parent says that they feel guilty 23 times per week over decisions that they make. The survey also found that 75% feel like there's pressure to be the perfect parent from friends, family, and social media. And 25% say someone else has questioned or judged their parenting decisions.
True.
So that makes you wonder, do the other 75% have a mother-in-law? You know, I don't know what's going on. But, you know, you come up with these surveys, and being a parent is not easy, and you know, this is not etched in stone, but you're going to make decisions, and the idea is that you're not going to be a perfect parent. And you have all these shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Yeah. But that is not what it's all about. I think that when you, give them the real love, when you give them the real caring, and that's what forms that indescribable bond and that deep emotional commitment as a parent. Don't worry about the 23 23 times per week. What do they come up? How do they get this? 23 times per week, you know, there's, I'm up to number 22. Now, what if I go over that? You know, I made 23 decisions, bad decisions this week. If I make 24, am I going to go poof?
Was it a study? Did they study it?
It was some survey. People they were standing down on Madison going, hey, before you go into that Shipley's, come here a minute.
Answer these 5 questions.
Answer these questions for me. But
I get me a hot, rich girlfriend. I'm not going to worry about it.
He is still on this hot and rich girlfriend. Yeah. Well, keep on with it, okay?
She's going to be.
The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Rich. Wilson Pickett and Mustang Sally. The Big 1400 WJZM Radio, 65 degrees. Expect a high of 85 for today. We've got college football tomorrow, Saturday, September 16th, as the UT Vols take on the Florida Gators. Airtime is 1 o'clock, kickoff at 2:30. All the action of University of Tennessee football right here on the Big 1400.
That's true.
So what is your prediction, sir, for the game?
They're playing Flow Rider, right?
Yeah. In Florida, in Gainesville. Yep.
I'm going to say Tennessee 28-21.
So you're thinking Tennessee's going to pull it off?
Yeah, 28-21 over Flow Rider.
Interesting.
Well, I just put the kiss of death on them. It'll be 62-0 Flow Rider.
Not probably.
What do you think?
Man, 62-0.
Oh, that would be. Butch Jones would be.
For some reason, a lot of people aren't giving Tennessee much of a chance, but I'm saying Tennessee's going to pull it out. I think that it'll be like, 19-7 or something like that in Florida. Okay. Either way, I just hope they have more points than Florida does. That's what I'm hoping
The one with the most points wins.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't know that.
So that could happen.
Oh, the Big 1400. Don't forget UT football tomorrow. They take on the Florida Gators. Airtime 1 o'clock. Kickoff 2:30 right here on the Big 1400. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio. Chuck and John, is the Friday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. A couple of tips to keep your kids healthy at school. We're well into school. We're past Labor Day. So now that your kids are back in school, here are some tips to keep them healthy during the school year. First of all, fix their sleep schedule. You know, it gets dark late later in the summer, so adjusting to a new sleep schedule can be hard at first because they think that they can stay up as late as they did when they were out of school. So make sure you fix their sleep schedule. Good trick is to set your kids' bedtime about 15 minutes earlier each night until you reach the point that works with their school schedule.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Guess what? It's 5 p.m. Time to go to bed, kids. It's bedtime.
I know it just looks like it's early, but no, it's time to go to bed. It's really, yeah. Get a checkup. If your kids haven't had their annual physical or vaccinations yet, it's time to do that. It's also a good time to make sure that the school has any medications that they may need and that they have them on hand and that your emergency contact information is up to date because it's important that they know what medicines your kids are taking.
It is. Very
and so
important.
You should go. Make them a healthy lunch. Make them a healthy lunch. Don't put a can of Jolt in there. You know, one trick is to actually get them to eat is buying a bento box style lunchbox that you can fill with small portions of healthier foods. I've seen that on TV where they have these bentos. You know what a bento box is?
I do.
And you've been to Yellowtail too?
No, I know another establishment.
Yeah, that has bento box. But yeah, the bento box, it allows you to put, I mean, you put a peanut butter and cracker here, and you put an apple here, and you know you can put different.
Cup of Jolt Cola here.
You can put small portions of healthier foods, and always remember to pack a drink. Since a study in 2015 has found that more than half of all children and teens aren't properly hydrated, so you can put drinks in there.
Okay.
Yeah. And go over hand washing with them.
That is the most important one.
Yeah, so you won't be supervising their hand washing when they're at school. Make sure that they know how and when to wash hands. According to one study, kids who wash their hands are 38% less likely to have to stay home with a cold during the school year.
Yeah.
So
that's how most germs get spread.
Yeah, because you get germs on your hands and you're wiping your face and touching your face and touching your nose.
And you touch doorknobs at home and you give it to everybody
and then
else.
that takes it to everybody else. So just some tips to keep them youngins in school.
That's right.
So you can help them out by doing some of those things. I like it. I believe it.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio with 3 Dog Night. The Big 1400, WJZM Radio, where we've got high school football on our sister station, 105.1, The Wolf, Tennessee's Country Legends. It is Clarksville High versus Henry County. Airtime 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight with Taylor Stokes and Howard Spurgeon. Clarksville High taking on Henry County on 105.1, The Wolf. Tennessee's Country Legends. So, our good news for today.
You got me a hot, rich girlfriend.
Well, hey, close.
Oh, okay.
Hot, rich guy.
Oh.
There is a 50-year-old. He's 50.
He's young.
He's 50, okay? This rich, filthy guy. Ooh. Filthy rich guy. His name is Mark Bell, and he lives in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yes.
And you might not recognize the name because it was in small print on this magazine he used to own called Penthouse.
Oh.
Yeah.
He probably knows some hot rich girls then.
He probably knows.
I need to make friends.
He probably does. He's on the board of directors for a foster kids program, and about 70 of those kids had nowhere to go after their shelters got slammed by Hurricane Irma. So this week, he and his beautiful, rich wife, see, she's already taken.
How you put that together.
They invited all the kids to come stay with them in their $30 million mansion. Their $30 million mansion. It's about 27,000 square feet. It has 8 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, a pool, a basketball court, a home theater, and a game room that includes a pool table, air hockey, and tons of arcade games.
You know what? He'll never see them. The staff go take care of them.
Anyway,
that's the idea, though.
They also hired a guitar player the other day to come in and do sing-alongs with the kids. They brought a manicurist in to do all the girls' nails, and they hired an entertainer named Bobby the Balloon Guy to perform. And it's not clear how long the kids are staying, but Mark and his wife says that it's a no-brainer. It's not like they'll be there at least until their shelters get fixed and have power again.
Well, that's very nice.
So that's
that
good.
Is nice.
You know.
I was giving him a hard way to go, but that is very nice.
That is.
Brought him into his own house.
Yeah.
70 kids, even with 8 bedrooms, that's still gonna. He's still
even with 16 bathrooms. I mean, those kids think they went to Disney World.
Yeah.
You know.
Where do we go?
Yeah. Look at all that's going on.
What are we riding?
That's the good news for today on this Friday as John and I close out the Friday edition of Good Morning Clarksville. Thank you very much for sharing part of your day with us. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll be back again Monday. Till then, be well, my friend. Bye-bye.
famous.
WJZM, Clarksville.